Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. I am at the climbing gym and I have brought my Apple Vision Pro. I'm going to try climbing in the Apple Vision Pro, and I'm also going to see the parking lot's quite crowded today, so there should be a good group of people in here. I want to see how people react to the Vision Pro. Like I said, I'm going to try climbing in it, and I'm going to, just record either on my phone or directly through here using the screen recording how people interact with me wearing the Vision Pro, and also see how well I can climb with it. So I don't know, it'll be an adventure. Come along with me. Look at it, just look at the number 0 or something, and then tap your fingers together like this.
Oh, weird.
You don't even have to do it in view. You can just tap your fingers. So if you look at the number 0 or something and then tap your finger, it'll actually register as 0. Yeah, that may be, I think that's a medium sized one for my head, so I think you probably need a small. Looks like it needs to be a little bit smaller than that.
Weird. All right, so how'd it go? Well, as you saw, it was a bit of an attention grabber. Actually, when I got there was a birthday party in the other room, so it was rather empty. So I got to try a couple climbs on my own. It works okay. I mean, it's fine for climbing. A little bit jittery again as you're doing it, and a big problem actually for gym climbing is that the colors are slightly muted. So I noticed there was a red climb and an orange climb that were sort of intermixed with each other, and it was a little bit of a challenge to figure out which hold was which. Looking through it, I hadn't climbed those climbs before it was a new set, so it made it a little more of a challenge. And then of course we have the lack of guest mode rearing its ugly head again. Sam tried to try it on, and there was a pass key thing in order to get in, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to let you in to use it. I don't want to give you my pass key, but there's no way to do the pass key, then take it off and hand it to him without the thing resetting. It's sort of like your watch when it comes to you take it off your wrist and then you have to re-input the passcode before it will operate again. So that part is really annoying. I wish that there was just some sort of easy guest mode where you could just be like, hey, try it on and see what it's like. So unfortunately that is not really the case, but he still enjoyed it and he thought it was pretty cool, and he could look around the edges and see things, and even with my prescription in there, he could do that. Of course, I can easily take the prescription lenses out. So it worked well. I was able to climb. Other people were like, what the hell are you wearing? So some people knew what it was because they'd seen a Vision Pro before. Other people were like, what is that thing? And I was able to do it. It was effective. I don't know, maybe I will attempt to ride my bike around the block with a Vision Pro on. I'm not going to go out into any main traffic or anything like that, but I think it'll be worth trying it on my locally. Maybe I'll just ride it around up and down the driveway a couple times just to make sure, because you never know, it might screw with your balance because of that slight delay in terms of transmission rate. But anyway, I might try that next, and I don't know, we'll see. It was really cool. Oh, also it was really cool to have windows around, so you couldn't have one in front of your face because you couldn't see anything, but it was weird to have like a YouTube window open, or web browser, and then have like photos open or something, and have a Word document way up at top. That you could do that. The weird part was when I was climbing, I'm like climbing, it looks good, and then I look over to the side to like look for where the next hold is, and I couldn't see anything, so I literally had to take the window and pinch it and move it out of the way in order to be able to see where the next hold was.
So pretty weird kind of experience. And then just, I think Marquise Brownlee was actually, he said something like that. He said like he took it off and he was looking around for the windows to be able to see. And you do get used to that. It's like you get used to this world where there's just like windows plastered around your world and you're able to interact with them. So I think it started to make me realize after using it a bit what the kind of killer app is going to be. And it's going to be a future generation. This is, you know, it's just too thick, too heavy, too battery. There's like lots of things, but if you can get it down to something like this eventually, you know, the original Google Glasses idea, if you can get it down to something really, really small and lightweight that you don't really kind of notice you're wearing that much, the sort of AR-ness of the world, spatial computing, excuse me, Apple, but the AR-ness of the world, I think, is going to be really cool. And you're going to feel kind of like almost like you don't have your phone anymore. If you don't have your phone, you feel like disconnected from the world and isolated. I think that there is a path to the future. I don't know how long it's going to take for the hardware to get there, but I think there's a path to the future of getting to a place where we have lightweight glasses / goggles that you can wear. And by the way, I think something like sunglasses might work. Like think about the interface like that, right? You've got this guy right now and they went to all this trouble to create things where you could actually see your eyes through there, but that costs a lot of money and it's not perfect and all that stuff. Why not just have something like this that just looks like you're wearing, you know, sunglasses? People will accept that. They'll talk to you. Now it's a little bit weird in a dark room or something, but I think people will come to accept that. So I think something along the lines of like sunglasses, you know, eventually smaller, so that they end up in this kind of a form factor and you can see this sort of world that's all around you. I think that'll be really, really cool. And I think people will come to find that, again, like having a phone, they'll feel kind of naked without that. So I'm suddenly starting to see the future. It was not available in the Meta Quest 2. It was a nice, fun toy. I think it's not available with this because of the form factor. It's just too heavy and too bulky, but I can start to see now where the future could go. If you can get really, really clean pass-through or just let people literally see through that and project onto these screens like a vision of what's going on. So 5 years away, 10 years away, something like that. I think that the future is like this, and I will someday feel very, very like I'll feel just like I do now when I don't have my phone with me. I'll be like, oh gosh, you know, I can't look up the internet, I can't look up things, I can't talk to people if I want to. And I think we'll eventually feel that way with these VR glasses. Not there yet, but it's the way towards the future. And for the first time in my life, I'm actually kind of bullish on that AR world. It seems more than a gimmick and more than a toy and something that could become extremely useful. So we will have to see. Anyway, let me know what you think about me climbing. It seemed like a relatively safe way to go. The worst thing I could do is fall a few feet, so no big deal. But I think I might try biking next and see what happens. So fingers crossed about that. We'll see. Maybe not today because it's really gloomy outside, but next time it's a nice day, I might give it a try and see what happens. All right, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.